Well, good morning, everyone. Um, Welcome to Timeout Tuesday on the 25th of August. Can you believe? Um, Although my clock looks like it might be a tiny bit slow because it's at 9:28. Yeah. And I'm doing live this morning. I've just had a wonderful weekend away at a retreat that was done at Kaya Ridge near Tamworth, Camden direction. And I was with Stampers Anonymous, and there was a whole bunch of us there, and it was such a wonderful time. Um, I did a little bit of crafting, well, more than a little bit, but I wanted to show you. I decided that at the end of this present catalogue, that I wanted to revisit the one that I started with, which was Waterside Retreat Suite. You will remember back in March, April, that my daughter and I presented Waterside Retreat Suite on stage in Sydney, and it has a lot of fun. I've got a lot of fond memories of it. So this weekend I did a couple of cards that with this, and then I'm going to show you three others that I did. So this is one that I put in for a challenge that we had. We had to use a circle template, and I came up with this one. Okay, so fairly simple. Today is your day, and then inside I had that. So that was one. This is another one I did. I did this. I did a couple of cards with this one, and I can't remember who it was. But I'll be doing more with this. But I did this card. It looks complicated, but it's actually not as complicated as it looks. This is just a full length of A4, and then I used the pictures here to highlight this and two of the DSPs. And I love this card, and you've got room to write a message in there as well. I love the way it turned out. Just such a pretty card. So those were two I did over the weekend, just to whet your appetite. But today I'm going to do two cards that are actually the same design, but they're alternatives. Now, the first one I'm going to do is this one, and uses one of the pictures. This picture here with the ice cream up in the corner. And I'm going to use that first. Okay, so what I've done is I've got a piece of A4 which I have cut in half, and I worked out what size this was, and I made that width. So this is a very, very simple card. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Put that on there, and I've used Pull Party as the back of the card. And then I've got this piece, and that's going to go on the other side. This card was on Pinterest from Simply Sweet in Ink Design. Simply Sweet and Drink Ink. Try Simply Sweet in Ink Designs. Okay, so I've got that, but what I should have done before I put that in was put this navy piece in. But I can peel that back for now, and I'm going to pop that in. So it's like that. Oh, it would help if I put it in straight, wouldn't it? Been out this morning. Rushed back so I could do this. There we go. That looks better. That's going to come over the top like that. Okay. Now, I have this, and I have these, which I've cut out from one of the papers. So there's a paper that has boys and life jackets on it. This one here, you see, and I just cut a couple of those out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop that on the card there, and this one on top. And I'm not even going to raise it up in dimensionals. I'm just going to pop that like that. Put a little bit of glue in behind that. Okay, now I've got a little bow from, I think it's white and gold, but yeah, it was what I had at the retreat when I was away. And I've just made a little sort of loose knot on it. Now I'm going to cut it because it frays quite easily, so I wanted to make sure that it didn't fray where I wanted to use it. So I'll put that in the rubbish, and that's going to go up on the top like that. And I think I will get a glue dot for that. Let's get a glue dot, and I shall put it there and just pop that there. Okay, now, and I might do something else as well there. Okay, I might not either. So this is going on here like this. I'm just going to make sure I've got the middle. Put some glue across it. Have a fabulous day. And then inside I have my insert, which you can write on. And it's going to go in there. And I've cut out one of the oars that is in that paper as well. There's some of the papers that you like to use more than others sometimes, but I want to use this one. And just pop that back on. Just only need a little bit. Pick this up. I'm just going to pop it on there like that. So that's inside the card, and that's my card. Really, really simple. Okay, so that's card number one. Now I'm going to do the second one. I'm doing is the reverse of that. So this side becomes this side. So I've just turned the template upside down. One of the papers in this is bicycles, and I sort of struggled a little bit with how do I use the bicycles, and I'll show you when I find them in here. They're somewhere in here. Bicycles, where are you? Can't find them. See the birds, the fish. Maybe they're here at the front. There were bicycles on the back of one of these. Not that one, not that one. That's a timber. It's not that one. Oh, I don't know. Maybe, well, the one that I got had bicycles on it, okay? So I thought, how can I use up these bicycles? And if you've got the Lakeside Retreat pumpkin, pepper pumpkin, you will find that it's also on that. So I'm going to pop this on the inside. Move that out of the way. I thought I'd like to use this bicycle paper up. Let's see what's on the other side. Oh, that, yeah, the birds. Yeah, might have used a lot of that because I have used a lot of that so far. So pop that on. And you can see that this is the opposite way around to this one. Okay. And what I'm going to do is to put the bicycles here. And this time I've used Night of Navy as the base color. You could have used Cajun Grace if you'd wanted. I have to remember what I was doing with this. Okay. And this side, this was a bit of a leftover picture in the front. So I'm going to put it, I've just done it on the wrong side, haven't I? That was very, very clever, wasn't it? Just give me 2 seconds and I'll just have to do a quick measure because I just put the glue on the wrong side. It shows you how wide awake I am. 6.4 by 10.1. Okay, pop that there for now. And I've got my cutter here. 6.4 by 10.1. So I will take off this side here, up at the top. 4 by 10.1. That'll do. And I'll probably want to make it down to there. And then I can, there we go. And this is the side I want to use. Okay, I want to use the navy side. I have a navy side. Come on. Go. It's going on there. Okay. Now, I have cut out a scallop and just a piece of the paper, this paper, with the birds on it. I'm going to put that on that. So just on top of that, so I've got this scallop around the edge. That is going to go there, okay? And I'm going to add the bicycle there. But behind that, I'm going to add that. Actually, I'm thinking, no, I'll do it on this side, okay? So on this one, I did it on the right. You can see that. On this one, I'm going to do it on the left. So I'm just going to, where's the top? I think that should be the top. So just making sure I do the right side so I don't mix it up. There we go, like that. And then I'm going to put this on. And this is just one of those little cutouts from the front page. And I've got this, and I'm going to put some dimensionals in the back of this bicycle. One there, one in the middle, and set my pick somewhere. That's okay. And I'll put one in this wheel, and I'll get a really skinny one. See if I can find a really skinny one that I've cut out. Oh, well, I know what I can do. Use this and cut. I just want a teeny little bit of this one. Come on, off you come. To put on the handlebar, like that. Let's take the backs off. 2, 3, and I'm going to place that there, like that. Okay, so the only other thing I want to do on this one is I've got one of the trinkets, and I think I want to pop that up there at the top. Okay, on top of that. So I am going to get a glue dot again for that. Actually, I'll probably get a couple of glue dots, and I don't know where I got my pick, but that's okay. Oh, there it is. It's just fallen down on the floor. It's rolled off the table and onto the floor. Do you know that song? On top of spaghetti? Well, I know that it's quite popular, and I'm sorry if I've done a worm in your ear for the rest of the day. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up a wee bit higher. There. And let's cut these so that they're a little shorter. Okay. And I just got a tiny little bit of glue there. And when I have a bit of glue like that, I often get my, This is very good for just taking the stickiness away and rub it off. And then I'll just rub that. That stops it from sticking. Okay, so just pop that away. And that's the second card. So you can see it's a mirror image of the other one. Okay. Now my last card today, I wanted to use, oh, I can't, and the other thing I can do is, not in that one, but I can put some bicycles in here. And I might do that actually. So that would be about, that was about 10.1. So if I make it 9.7, that will be perfect. Let's put that on the inside just to make it look a little nicer. Wow, the bottom doesn't look very straight to me. Looks like it was cut on an angle. That's okay. I'm going to pop that in there. And then you've still got room to write. So there we go. That's one. So yeah, I wanted to use the bicycles again. And I wanted to use one of probably the colours that I don't use very often. But it goes well with this paper. And that's Cajun Craze. It's not a paper that I use. It's not coloured one of my colours, but I thought this would be good. Now, I'm going to have to remember how to do this. Okay. This is going to go on the back like that. And I'm going to put it on deliberately that way. Although it's got bicycles on the other side, I'm going to hide the bicycles this time. So I'm using both sides of the same paper. Put it on my paper like that. I can't remember what I was doing on this, but I think it was like that. And I don't remember what I was using that for, but anyway. I'm going to pop that on next. This time I'm putting the birds down. This may be a variation on the card that, that I'll just move that out of the way. It was a card by Mary Nab in the US. And I think I've just used that all up. There we go. And I'm going to pop that right there in the middle. Okay. And I know what I was going to do on the front here. I'm going to put this on, but I've cut out one of the bicycles. Which one did I decide I was going to use? Use that one inside. So I'm going to put this bicycle on like so, like that. But you'll notice before I stick that on that I need to put some glue in the back of this. That's the one that I've just finished using. And I'm just putting a few spots of glue on it. A little bit up on the handlebars. I'm going to put this on. I've stamped relax on it. And then I'm going to put my bicycle right down the bottom like this. Okay, you can see it's sticking out a bit at the moment, but I'm going to cut that off with the right scissors. I've got my ribbon scissors and I've got my paper scissors, and this one says ribbon only. Can you see that? Ribbon only, just to remind me that those are specially for cutting the ribbon. Okay, so I'll pop that on. And then I'm going to put this onto this. Now, and this is going to go on the card like that. Now I could do that underneath too. I could do 3 layers. Like I could have put that underneath that like that, but I don't think I need it. Okay, I don't think I need it. I'm going to put this on the inside. Because it's not the easiest colour to write on. And I've got a little bicycle here. And I'm just going to pop it down there in that corner. Very, very simple today. This is in the present catalogue. And because it's the last day, I'll be using that, because next week I'm going to be using something different. So I think I want to put a tiny little bit of glue on those handlebars so that they don't get torn. So just a dot like that. And that means normally I'd tuck that in, but not this morning, like that. And I just got relaxed. Now I could put some gems on it if I wanted to. I could also add one of these to the top. Do you think it needs any cord? I don't think so. I'd actually put it in there. Just deciding. No, I like it up there actually. So let's get a couple of glue dots, because glue dots are really good for putting these on, because they are made. Whoops, that flew. Oh, there it is. They are made of metal, so you need something rather than the wet glue, and these glue dots are good for that. Okay, so I'm going to pop it up there. And that will be card number 3. I'm not sure what I was going to do with this bit, but look, it doesn't matter. I've done it. Done what I had. So let's get rid of some of these things out of the way, so we can have a look at our cards today. So we've got these two, and if I use my bone folder, that would help that stay down better. I've got a little bit of glue on my finger. Okay, so just to make sure that the card is nice and crisp. So there we go. And I'll do the same with this one. There we go. And this one. And then the two that I made on the weekend, this one and this one. So you can see you can make a whole range of cards with this. And you know, I'm not ready to let it go yet, so I will be using this a little bit more. But next week I'm going to be using the DSP that I think it's called Harvest, Golden Harvest or something like that. It was the one that you could buy this month. So I played with that. I really like it. It's a beautiful, a very beautiful pattern. So I'm going to do that for next week, for our first week of September. So those of you in the Northern Hemisphere will obviously be going into autumn, whereas we are just about to say goodbye to winter and come into spring, which I think a lot of us are looking forward to. Today's a bit cloudy, but it's quite warm. It's nice to be getting out of 4 or 5 layers and just lighter clothing at the moment. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.